Bitcoin emergency update. We've had a big move to the downside. What does that mean? Has a wave count been invalidated or does it still hold? Well, that's what we're going to cover in today's video. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jiggy. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive in to Bitcoin. Wow, so look at this. Movement to the downside, very aggressive to the downside. But what does this mean? Because we've been reading this market and it's been holding pretty good with Elliott wave and Fibonacci. And Elliott wave is one of the best ways of reading the markets. And what we saw very, very clearly was, and I'm going to draw this out again, a nice wave 1, 2, a very impulsive 3, look like an ABC 4, and then look like we're forming the final part of the initial move to the downside, and we're anticipating some type of correction. That we probably won't exceed this in the near future. When I say near future, I'm talking about 4, 6, 10 weeks. But long term, second half of 2022 is a decent probability that we will see all-time new highs. So what does this look like? Well, one of the things that we want to wait for is not to preempt the market too soon or buy too soon, is to wait for a signal of confirmation. And there's something called swing highs. Swing highs are basically when the market makes a new low. So this is a low, it makes a new low. So the former swing high is over here. The market moves up, it moves down below the previous swing low, and then it's down here. Well, now this is the swing low, right? And it does it again. This is the swing low. And now the market does it again, and now, sorry, the swing high. This is the swing high. Now, to get a confirmation of a trend reversal, we ideally want to see the price go above one of these points, right? And the latest one. And we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that with Bitcoin. Here was the initial one. That's the key one. And then we drop it down to here, to here, to here. We were close, but not quite, right? It just tagged it and then dropped to the downside. So to get confirmation and a signal that we've got at least a short-term trend reversal, we want to see a swing high get exceeded, right? We want to know that. That's very, very important. But does the wave count still hold? Now, what we're aiming to do here, by the way, is get an edge on the market to see what's likely, with high probability, likely to occur before it occurs. And then we can plan and prepare. And I know Bitcoin, it's almost like a macro indicator for the entire market. Is there optimism in the market or is there pessimism? Is there greed and euphoria, which will drive the price up as a whole? Or is there fear, which is more selling pressure? So when we're looking at this, what I'm seeing here is still that same 1, 2, 3, 4. This is quite choppy. It's almost, we could almost call this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's forming some type of end of wave 5. That's what it looks like anyway. So what we're going to do is put that into an intermediate count. That's what I'm seeing. Just to keep it clean, I'm just going to remove that, right? So that's the wave count still. It still holds. Nothing's really changed. The overall trend is down, but we might be making a short-term low before we see some type of correction before a lower low. And this is the part that we want to be aware of. That's what I'm anticipating. Now, when we're looking at Fibonacci, there's a few key ratios. I'm going to just use one. We're going to measure wave 1 to 3, projected from 4. And we've done this in the past, but I'm going to do it again here, just because we want to use this information. Boom. All right, there's 3 main key ratios for an end of wave 5. It is 38, 62, and 100%, right? These are the 3 ratios. And we can see we're in that range. We're in that range. So this is not unprecedented price behavior. This is what we're kind of expecting, pretty much. This over here, should I say like this, is the most common. And then this is the extreme, right? This is the extreme. So I would bank on it being more towards this side. But again, we want to be prepared for this side over here. Now, we don't need to force a wave count for this section of the market. I might just drop down to a lower time frame just to look at this, to see if there's a clearer pattern forming. Because sometimes it's not clear to see the wave count. I'm just going to drop to an hourly chart just to have a quick gander. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, very steep, right? Very steep. So I'm just looking at this and then this, and see if there's a wave structure here. We don't need to get too anal. What's really clear and evident is this swing high, and this swing high. For Bitcoin to show a local low, We need a swing high to be exceeded, especially now that we've got this 5-wave sequence to the downside. So nothing's really changed. I mean, it was, it's partly due to news going down that steep so fast, but it still holds. Everything still holds. So two things I want to finish on is just to remember that the overall trend is down and that the continuation is still down. We haven't exceeded this former low over here. We want to be aware of this. So what my guess would be, or analysis, so to speak, with probability, is what we're likely to see is we are now testing the previous low, and that's probably going to act as a stronger support in conjunction with the Fibonacci ratios, Elliott wave price, and everything else, and we'll probably still see that correction. Again, it's probabilities, never certainties, but again, we're just going with the edge over here. And again, this low is not confirmed, but this will still be the price range that we should anticipate if it does occur. And we might see more selling pressure, but there is a strong support over here. I don't normally really go into too much detail with support and resistance, just generically. But that is the former low. So there you have it. There you have it. So Bitcoin still doing what we anticipate. It was likely we were going to see an end of a trend here, and could this have been the reversal? But obviously we made a lower low over here, exceeded this low. So now really want to see price exceed this high to get some type of signal of strength on this side, and then down here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like an end of a wave 5, still in the Fibonacci price zone, which is, this was for the lower time frame. This is the Fibonacci price zone for an end of wave 5. If we do see this occur, we should still anticipate a correction, but after a correction, we're probably going to see a continuation to the downside. Now, if you want to learn how to do Elliott waves and really get the edge in the market, and to be able to prepare yourself, take my Elliott wave and Fibonacci free masterclass. It's in the link below. I just covered a high level, the three key rules that you need to know that allows you to see these patterns unfolding time and time again. And again, it's all about you becoming the casino, so you have the edge, and it's probabilities and never certainties. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's finish on a quote. Let's go with one off the top of my head. It's one that I really, really like, and I think is relevant. It's, beneath every success is a mountain of necessary failure. And failure is one of the key ingredients of learning. So it's all about learning, and don't judge yourself too fast, because what I've realized, a lot of people are getting involved in crypto mid last year, late last year, especially late last year, and the markets are obviously down, and a lot of people have been burnt, and the markets are a zero-sum game. And what that means is, for there to be winners, for there to be profit, there has to be losses. So that means there needs to be winners and losers. Obviously, you want to be on the winning side, but others are going to be on the losing side. And traditionally, overall, what the statistics show in most markets, if not all markets, 90 to 95% of people end up losing money. Why? Because it's a very emotional game, and people are not very good at taking profits even when they are up. And I'm seeing that time and time again with my own students even. When they're up, it's like, okay, your plan said take profits, but for some reason, if people don't write down their plan and execute, they don't take the profits. So you want to make sure you're learning all the time, and if your portfolio is down, what are the learnings over the last 3, 6, 12 months? And how can you improve your game one step at a time? One step at a time. So beneath every success is a mountain of necessary failure. And failure is a key ingredient to success in itself. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, take the masterclass, and I'll see you soon.